Taurus, I hope you are having an amazing day wherever you are in the world right now. I just finished setting up my sacred space with some beautiful crystals, and I have to tell you, the energy around your sign today is absolutely intense. I have been feeling this pull to do a reading specifically for my Taurus family because the universe has been sending me some pretty strong signals about what you need to hear right now. So I shuffled my deck with you in mind, asking the universe to show me exactly what my Taurus viewers need to know about this very sensitive topic that I know many of you have been dealing with. The theme that came through so strongly was about being lured into toxic love situations. And honestly, Taurus, this is something that affects your sign more than people realize because of your naturally trusting and loyal nature. Before I dive into these cards, I want you to know that whatever comes through today is meant to protect you and guide you toward healthier connections. The universe never shows us challenges without also providing the wisdom we need to overcome them. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's explore what the cards want to reveal to you today. The first card that practically jumped out of the deck for you is the Two of Swords. Oh, Taurus, this card is so significant for what we are talking about today. When I see the Two of Swords in relation to toxic love situations, it represents that mental confusion and internal conflict that happens when someone is deliberately trying to cloud your judgment. This is that feeling you get when someone is love bombing you or giving you mixed signals, and your logical Taurus mind is fighting with what your heart wants to believe. The figure in this card is blindfolded, holding two swords crossed over their chest in a protective stance, but also in a way that prevents them from moving forward. This is exactly what happens when you are being manipulated in love, Taurus. The toxic person creates this mental fog where you cannot see the situation clearly anymore. They flood you with attention, gifts, promises, and intense emotions that feel overwhelming but also addictive. Your earth sign nature craves stability and security, and manipulative people know this about you. They present themselves as this solid, dependable force in your life, but underneath they are creating chaos and confusion. The Two of Swords is telling you that when you feel this internal battle between what your gut is telling you and what this person is making you believe, that is your inner wisdom trying to protect you. I keep getting this message that some of you right now are in situations where you know something feels off. But this person has become so good at explaining away red flags or making you feel like you are being too sensitive or overthinking things. The Two of Swords is your confirmation that you are not crazy. You are not being too picky or difficult. When your Taurus intuition is sending up warning signals, you need to listen to it. The crossed swords also represent the way toxic people create these no-win situations for you. They put you in positions where any choice you make seems wrong, where you feel damned if you do and damned if you don't. This is intentional, Taurus. They want you to feel confused and dependent on them for clarity, when really they are the source of the confusion in the first place. What I love about this card for you is that even though the figure is blindfolded, they are still holding those swords in a defensive position. Your subconscious mind is still trying to protect you, even when your conscious mind is being manipulated. The message here is to start paying attention to those moments when you feel like you need to defend or explain this person's behavior to your friends and family. That is your inner swords telling you something is not right. The next card that came through for you is the Eight of Cups. And Taurus, this card is giving me chills because it is so perfect for what you need to hear right now. The Eight of Cups is traditionally about walking away from something that no longer serves you, but in the context of toxic love, it represents that moment when you finally see through the illusion and realize you need to leave. In the card, we see a figure walking away from 8 cups arranged in a specific pattern, leaving them behind as they journey toward mountains in the distance under a crescent moon. This is such a powerful image for you right now because it represents the courage it takes to walk away from something that looked promising or felt intense, even when it means leaving behind the time, energy, and emotional investment you have already put in. I know how hard this is for your sign specifically, Taurus, because you are naturally loyal and you do not give up on people easily. Your fixed earth energy makes you want to stick things out, work on problems, and believe that love can conquer all obstacles. Toxic people absolutely exploit this beautiful quality of yours. They know that once you care about someone, you will endure way more than you should because you believe in commitment, and you do not want to be seen as someone who gives up easily. But the Eight of Cups is reminding you that there is a difference between healthy commitment and unhealthy attachment. Healthy commitment involves two people working together to build something beautiful and stable. Unhealthy attachment is when you are the only one doing the emotional labor while the other person takes and takes without giving back in meaningful ways. The cups in this card represent the emotional investment you have made, but notice how they are arranged with a gap where the ninth cup should be. This represents the fact that no matter how much you pour into a toxic situation, there will always be something missing. You cannot fill the void in someone else who does not want to do their own inner work. You cannot love someone enough to heal their wounds if they are not willing to heal themselves. The mountain in the distance represents the higher perspective you will gain once you have the courage to walk away. Right now, while you are in the thick of this toxic dynamic, it might be hard to see clearly. But the Eight of Cups is promising you that there is clarity and peace waiting for you on the other side of this decision to prioritize your own well-being. I keep hearing the message that some of you are staying in these situations because you are afraid of starting over, afraid of being alone, or afraid that you will never find love again. The moonlight in this card represents the intuitive guidance that is available to you even in the darkest times. Your heart knows what it needs to do, Taurus. Trust that inner knowing. The third card speaking to you today is the Knight of Pentacles, and this card is fascinating in this context because it represents both the energy you need to cultivate and potentially the mask that toxic people wear to attract you. Let me explain what I mean by this. The Knight of Pentacles is methodical, reliable, hardworking, and practical. This knight does not rush into anything. He plans carefully and builds steadily toward his goals. This is actually the energy you need to embody when it comes to love, Taurus. Instead of being swept away by intense passion or grand romantic gestures, you need to look for consistent, steady actions over time. However, here is where it gets tricky. Manipulative people often study what attracts their targets, and they know that earth signs like you are drawn to stability and reliability. So they might present themselves as this steady, dependable Knight of Pentacles type in the beginning. They show up consistently, they talk about the future, they seem practical and grounded, and they make you feel secure. But there is a difference between genuine stability and performed stability. The real Knight of Pentacles does not just talk about reliability. He demonstrates it through consistent actions over months and years, not just weeks. He does not use his dependability as a way to control you or make you feel obligated to him. His stability comes from his own inner security, not from his need to possess or manage you. The toxic version of this knight energy is someone who uses the appearance of stability to hook you, but then gradually reveals controlling, possessive, or unreliable patterns. They might start out being super available and attentive, but then begin monitoring your activities, questioning your friendships, or making you feel guilty for having interests outside of the relationship. What I am seeing for many of you is that you need to slow down the process of getting emotionally invested. The Knight of Pentacles takes his time to assess the terrain before moving forward. You need to give yourself permission to take months, not weeks, to really get to know someone. Watch how they treat service workers, how they talk about their ex-partners, how they handle stress and disappointment. Do they respect your boundaries even when they disagree with them? Do they encourage your independence and personal growth? This card is also telling you to trust your practical Taurus nature more than overwhelming emotions. If someone is pushing for quick commitment, moving the relationship forward faster than feels comfortable, or making you feel like you need to prove your love, those are red flags that the Knight of Pentacles energy would never ignore. The Ace of Pentacles is the next card calling out to you, and this is actually bringing me so much hope and excitement for your love life, Taurus. The Ace of Pentacles represents new beginnings in the material world, fresh opportunities, and the seed of something real and substantial that has the potential to grow into something beautiful and lasting. In the context of healing from toxic love patterns, this card is telling you that there is a completely different kind of love available to you. A love that is grounded, secure, nurturing, and helps you flourish rather than diminishes you. But first, you might need to clear out the toxic patterns and beliefs that have been planted in your heart and mind. The hand in this card is offering you a golden pentacle, which represents an opportunity that is both valuable and real. But notice that the hand is coming from a cloud, suggesting that this gift requires you to have faith and be open to receiving it. Many of you have been hurt so badly by toxic love that you have built walls around your heart. While this is understandable and even necessary for healing, at some point you will need to slowly and carefully open yourself up to healthier connections. What I love about the Ace of Pentacles for you is that it represents practical love, not just emotional intensity. This is love that shows up in how someone treats you day to day, in their consistency, in their respect for your time and energy, in the way they support your goals and dreams. This is love that makes your life better and easier, not more complicated and dramatic. The garden setting in this card suggests that healthy love grows slowly and naturally when the right conditions are present. You cannot force it or rush it, but when you plant good seeds in good soil and tend to them with care, beautiful things bloom. The message for you is that you deserve love that feels nurturing and growth-promoting, not love that requires you to constantly prove yourself or walk on eggshells. I am getting this strong sense that some of you have been accepting crumbs because you have forgotten what a full meal looks like. The Ace of Pentacles is reminding you of your worth and encouraging you to raise your standards. You are not asking for too much when you want someone who is emotionally available, consistently kind, respectful of your boundaries, and genuinely interested in building a stable future with you. This card is also about new financial or material opportunities that might come your way, and I feel like this is connected to your love life somehow. Maybe leaving a toxic relationship will free up energy for you to focus on your career or personal goals in a new way. Maybe healing these patterns will help you attract someone who is also financially stable and responsible. Trust that as you heal your relationship patterns, other areas of your life will improve as well. Now we have the Five of Pentacles. And I have to be honest with you, Taurus, this card is bringing up some heavy energy, but it is necessary for us to talk about. The Five of Pentacles traditionally represents financial hardship, feeling left out in the cold, or experiencing a sense of lack and insecurity. In the context of toxic love, this card represents how these relationships systematically strip away your sense of security, self-worth, and sometimes even your actual resources. I am seeing two figures in tattered clothes walking through the snow past a church window that glows with warmth and light. This image perfectly captures how toxic love makes you feel isolated, cut off from help and support, even when resources and love are actually available to you. The manipulative person often works very hard to separate you from your friends, family, and support systems because they want to be your only source of comfort and validation. What breaks my heart about this card in your reading is that I can feel how some of you are experiencing this right now. You might feel financially dependent on someone who uses money to control you. Or maybe you have spent so much energy trying to fix a broken relationship that you have neglected your career, your friendships, or your own financial stability. Perhaps you have been made to feel like you are not worthy of better treatment, like you should be grateful for whatever scraps of attention or affection you receive. The Five of Pentacles also represents the way toxic relationships create artificial scarcity. They make you feel like you will never find anyone else who will love you, like you are too damaged or difficult for anyone else to want. They convince you that what they are offering, even though it feels terrible, is the best you can hope for. This creates a poverty mindset around love, where you accept less and less because you believe you do not deserve more. But here's what I want you to notice about this card, beautiful Taurus. Those figures are walking past the church, not toward it. The help and healing they need is right there, glowing warm and inviting, but they are not seeing it or not believing they deserve to enter. The message for you is that you are not as alone or helpless as you might feel right now. There are people who care about you, resources available to help you, and possibilities for healing and rebuilding that you might not be seeing clearly right now. I keep getting the message that some of you need to reach out for help, whether that is to trusted friends and family, a therapist, a support group, or even practical resources like financial assistance or job placement services. Toxic relationships thrive in isolation and secrecy. When you start sharing your story with safe people, you begin to break the spell and see your situation more clearly. The Five of Pentacles is also reminding you that this is a temporary state. Fives in tarot represent conflict and change, movement and transition. You are not stuck in this situation forever, even though it might feel that way right now. Every step you take toward healing and independence is a step away from this energy and towards something better. The Six of Wands has appeared for you, and Taurus, this card is filling me with so much hope and excitement because it represents victory, recognition, and public acknowledgement of your worth and achievements. After the struggle represented by the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Wands is showing you that there is triumph waiting for you on the other side of this healing journey. In traditional tarot imagery, we see a figure on horseback holding a wand with a laurel wreath, while people around them celebrate and cheer. This represents not just personal victory, but victory that is witnessed and celebrated by your community. In the context of breaking free from toxic love patterns, this card suggests that your healing journey will inspire and help others who are going through similar struggles. What I find beautiful about this card in your reading is that it suggests you are not meant to suffer in silence or shame about what you have been through. Your story of recognizing toxic patterns, finding the courage to leave, and rebuilding your life will be a source of strength and inspiration for other people who need to hear it. There is no shame in having been deceived or manipulated by someone who presented themselves falsely. The shame belongs to the person who chose to hurt you, not to you for being human enough to trust and love. The Six of Wands is also telling you that the qualities that made you vulnerable to manipulation, your loyalty, your capacity for deep love, your desire to see the best in people, these are actually your strengths, not your weaknesses. You do not need to become hard or cynical to protect yourself. You just need to learn to apply these beautiful qualities more discerningly. I am getting this message that some of you will find your voice and your power through helping others who are in similar situations. Maybe you will write about your experiences, join support groups, volunteer with organizations that help people in abusive relationships, or simply become the friend who speaks up when they see someone being treated poorly. Your pain is not wasted if it helps you develop compassion and wisdom that you can share with others. The victory energy of this card is also about reclaiming your identity and your dreams outside of romantic relationships. Toxic love often makes you forget who you are, apart from trying to please and fix another person. The Six of Wands suggests that part of your healing will involve rediscovering your individual goals, talents, and passions. You might find success in areas of your life that you had neglected while you were focused on trying to make a dysfunctional relationship work. This card is encouraging you to celebrate every small victory along your healing journey. Every time you set a boundary and stick to it, every time you choose to spend time with people who treat you well, every time you invest in your own growth and happiness, you are moving toward the energy of the Six of Wands. You are already more victorious than you realize, Taurus. You just need to start acknowledging and celebrating your progress. The Queen of Cups has emerged for you, and this card is so significant because it represents emotional mastery, intuitive wisdom, and the ability to love deeply without losing yourself in the process. The Queen of Cups sits on her throne by the water, holding an ornate cup while gazing thoughtfully at it. She represents the mature, evolved version of emotional intelligence that you are growing into through these challenging experiences. What I love about this queen for you, Taurus, is that she shows how it is possible to remain open-hearted and compassionate without being naive or easily manipulated. She has learned to trust her intuition completely, and she can sense the emotional undercurrents in any situation. This is the level of emotional wisdom you are developing as you learn to recognize and avoid toxic love patterns. The Queen of Cups knows the difference between genuine emotional depth and manipulative emotional intensity. She can feel when someone is being authentic versus when they are performing emotions to get a reaction or gain control. This is such an important skill for you to develop because your caring Taurus nature makes you want to respond to anyone who seems to be in emotional pain or need. But this queen has learned that not everyone who appears to need help actually wants to heal or change. Some people are addicted to drama and chaos, and they will pull you into their emotional storms over and over again if you let them. The Queen of Cups offers compassion and support, but she does not sacrifice her own peace and stability to rescue people who are not ready to do their own inner work. I am getting this message that your own emotional healing is teaching you to become this queen energy. You are learning to trust your feelings as valuable information rather than trying to logic your way out of emotional discomfort. When someone makes you feel anxious, drained, or like you are walking on eggshells, those feelings are telling you something important about that person's energy and intentions. The Queen of Cups also represents the mother energy within you, not necessarily biological motherhood, but your capacity to nurture and protect what is precious and vulnerable. Right now, that includes nurturing and protecting your own heart while you heal. It means being gentle with yourself about the time it takes to recover from toxic relationships, and fierce about not allowing anyone to treat you poorly while you are rebuilding your sense of worth. This card is promising you that as you develop this emotional wisdom, you will naturally attract healthier people into your life. The Queen of Cups draws in people who respect her depth and wisdom rather than people who want to exploit her caring nature. Your emotional maturity will become a filter that repels manipulative people and attracts genuine, emotionally available partners. The Seven of Pentacles appears next in your spread, and this card is perfect for where you are right now in your healing journey, Taurus. The Seven of Pentacles represents taking stock, evaluating your progress, and making decisions about where to invest your time and energy moving forward. In the traditional image, we see a figure pausing in their work to assess the growth of their garden, contemplating whether their efforts are yielding the results they hoped for. This is exactly where you are right now with your relationships and your personal growth. You have been doing the inner work, setting boundaries, learning to recognize red flags, and healing from past hurts. Now it is time to honestly evaluate what is working and what is not, what deserves more of your energy, and what needs to be pruned away from your life. The Seven of Pentacles is asking you to be really honest about the relationships in your life right now. Are they mutual and reciprocal, or are you doing most of the emotional labor? Do the people in your life celebrate your growth and success, or do they seem threatened by your healing and independence? Are your interactions leaving you feeling energized and supported, or drained and diminished? This card is particularly important for you because as a Taurus, you tend to be very patient and persistent with people, sometimes to your own detriment. You will keep watering dead plants, hoping they will bloom again, keep investing in people who are not investing in you, keep giving chances to people who have shown you repeatedly who they are through their actions. The Seven of Pentacles is giving you permission to be more strategic and selective with your emotional investments. You do not owe anyone unlimited chances to hurt you. You do not have to keep trying to prove your worth to people who have already decided not to value you. Your time, energy, and love are precious resources that should be shared with people who reciprocate and appreciate them. I am also getting this message about evaluating the progress you have made in breaking free from toxic love patterns. Have you been sticking to the boundaries you have set? Are you still making excuses for people who treat you poorly? Or are you getting better at recognizing and walking away from red flag behaviors? Are you starting to trust your intuition more? Or are you still second-guessing yourself when something feels off? This card is encouraging you to celebrate how much you have already grown, even if the progress feels slower than you would like. Healing from toxic relationships is not linear, and there will be setbacks and moments of doubt. But the Seven of Pentacles is reminding you that every step forward, every boundary you maintain, Every time you choose self-respect over people-pleasing is bringing you closer to the healthy, fulfilling love you deserve. The final card in your reading today is the Ten of Pentacles, and Taurus, this card is making me emotional because it represents everything you have been working toward through this healing journey. The Ten of Pentacles is about lasting security, stable foundations, generational healing, and legacy. It shows a multi-generational family enjoying prosperity and connection under an archway decorated with the family symbols. In the context of your love life and healing from toxic patterns, this card represents the healthy, stable, long-term love that is waiting for you once you have done this inner work. This is not the intense, chaotic, addictive love that toxic relationships offer. This is mature, grounded, supportive love that actually improves your life and helps you build something lasting and meaningful. The Ten of Pentacles suggests that the healing work you are doing now is not just about your current relationships, but about breaking generational patterns and creating a new template for love in your life. Maybe you grew up seeing unhealthy relationship dynamics, or maybe you learned to equate love with drama and intensity. The work you are doing now to recognize and heal these patterns is creating a new legacy for yourself and potentially for future generations as well. This card is showing me that you are meant to have the kind of love that feels like coming home, the kind that supports your dreams and goals rather than undermining them, the kind that adds stability and joy to your life rather than chaos and stress. The Ten of Pentacles represents love that grows more beautiful and satisfying over time, rather than burning out quickly in drama and conflict. What I find so hopeful about this card is that it suggests your healing journey is preparing you to both recognize and create this kind of stable, lasting love. You are developing the emotional wisdom to see through manipulation and performance to recognize genuine character and integrity. You are learning to value consistency over intensity, respect over passion, and partnership over possession. The archway in this card suggests that you are moving through a portal from one way of experiencing love to another. The old patterns of accepting less than you deserve, making excuses for poor treatment, and believing that you have to earn love through self-sacrifice are being left behind. You are stepping into a new paradigm where you understand that healthy love is not something you have to struggle for or prove yourself worthy of. I keep getting this message that for some of you, this Ten of Pentacles energy might not even be romantic love initially. It might be about building a chosen family of friends who truly support and value you, creating financial stability and independence for yourself, or developing such a strong sense of self-worth that you naturally attract people who treat you well. All of these are foundations for the kind of lasting, healthy, romantic partnership that this card ultimately promises. The Ten of Pentacles is also reminding you that you deserve love that includes you in future planning, that wants to build something lasting with you, that sees you as a valuable long-term partner rather than just someone to pass time with. You deserve someone who is proud to claim you publicly, who treats you well in front of their family and friends, who supports your individual goals while also working toward shared dreams. So my beautiful Taurus souls, as we wrap up this reading, I want you to take a moment to really let these messages sink in. The cards have painted such a clear picture of your journey, from recognizing toxic love patterns to healing, and ultimately attracting the stable, genuine love that your earth sign heart craves and deserves. The path might not always be easy, and healing takes time, but you have everything within you to break free from these destructive patterns and create the beautiful, secure love life you dream of. Trust your Taurus intuition, set those boundaries, take your time getting to know people, and never settle for less than the respect and genuine care you deserve. Remember that your loyalty and capacity for deep love are gifts, not weaknesses. You just need to learn to offer them to people who are worthy of them. The universe is supporting you in this healing journey, and brighter days in love are definitely ahead for you.